Well, I'm working on the old Ram today. I went over to AutoZone after I had a check engine light come on, and it turns out it's kind of a heater exhaust manifold relay or fuse. So it should be this guy. $80 part from Ram themselves. I could get it off eBay, but it would be here 2 weeks from now. I'm down in Florida, and by then I should be in North Florida, well out of my way here. Ram in Wauchula, Florida got this overnighted to me, so that was awesome. I did replace a couple of the relays in the fuse box here, number 9 and 13, and that did not fix it. So I believe it's this guy. It's just tucked under, it's by the battery here. You just have to remove this guy. All right, we're gonna get this guy kind of just pushed back out of the way for now. I haven't had this out. I actually just got myself a whole kit. I'm gonna be doing a lot of stuff on the truck. Wow. Yep. So that guy is absolutely filthy. So here's this guy. I have not had this off since I bought the truck. Here it is, just in March now, and I bought the truck in October. So regrettably, I have not had that out, but it's okay because I got a new air filter, I got fuel filters, I got oil filter, I got new differential fluid for the rear, and then I got transmission kit. So I got the transmission filter and all the fluid coming. So you guys will see me preparing that, not just for my regular life here, but our trip up for Alaska. I just want to make sure the truck is running top notch. So I'm gonna clean that out as much as I can, but I'm happy I got a new one coming. All right, so here's the piece we're gonna be replacing. You can see a stud here, a stud there, then the electrical component that you plug in here. Now I'm a little concerned about something. Look at this. This guy is completely loose. I'm kind of wondering if this part is bad at all, or if it just has a loose connection, and that's what's going on here. Now I actually did a whole video on my little DIY truck toolbox, but this is kind of on a slide, so I can pull some stuff out. So basically, I just start lifting stuff out of here. No, the lighting's bad. I just towed, well, I was gonna tow a guy, but I had to straighten his front bumper on a big old truck, so I had this out recently. He was blocking traffic, and we got him moved out of the way. This guy here just came on a little cell I bought off of Marketplace. This is my ball hitch, so I can have either 2 5/16 or a 2-inch ball. This guy here is for looking for shark's teeth. It's actually made for a barbecue grill. As you see here, I just keep pulling stuff out. This goes almost up to the cab. I used to have a 5.5 foot bed, so it would stop halfway up, but now with the 8-foot bed, or it used to be the bed, was here, so it would come all the way to the edge, but now I got a longer bed, so I got a little space behind the truck box there. So it's either a 1/2-inch socket or close enough. Wow, that was loose. That was really loose. So that sure threw me for a loop, trying to figure out if it's actually going to be that fuse or not, that relay switch, because with that nut being loose, a guy's gotta wonder if that was the problem. So currently I'm going to give the truck a start, see if it clears out. When I researched it on Google, it takes several cycles turning it on and off, apparently. So even if I start it now, it might be fixed and I won't know. I gotta run to town and get a water pump from my friend's house. I shipped it via Amazon. We'll get in the camper and change that out in a little bit too. I'm using my spare water pump and it has issues, so I have 2 and they're both kind of down, so I had to order a new one and a part. Let me get this guy in, cycle it, and see. We might start it several times in town. If that doesn't do it, then I'm definitely going to change the part, but there's a tiny chance I might be able to return this and get 80 bucks back. We're going to Venice Beach tomorrow. to go do some shark tooth sifting and hang out on the beach. So I might wait until then to just continually start it several times if it doesn't clear. Let's see if it clears right now. See, it stayed on right there. You can see a little check engine light is still on, but that's okay. We'll clear it a couple times. See, that's kind of a hard start, and that's one of the things that is wrong with the truck when it does this. It has that hard start. So that'll be the current plan. We will go to town, start it a couple more times, and if not, put this guy in. Come on, Walter. Up, up, up. All right, this is the third test. Still on. Well, we got Jolene and Walter loaded up, and we are headed over to get the water pump from my buddy Daniel's house. Just got delivered on Amazon. So as you saw, the truck light is still on. I did some more researching, and it turns out that basically you need to do a cycle or two of driving and letting the engine heat up and all that. So it's kind of hard to tell if I'm actually researching the right thing or not. I'm gonna give it a couple little goes and then probably replace it. Last time I started it, it was a little rough. This time wasn't rough, and it pretty much has been that way the whole time. So sometimes it'll start rough and sometimes it won't. The fact that it started rough made me feel like it's probably not fixed. Like, I think the truck would start normal, maybe just the computer wouldn't realize the part's fixed. I don't know. I'm figuring out all this stuff as I go and taking you guys with me. So we will hopefully know by the end of the video. What's up? Got a little...
We can't answer the door right now.
Yeah, can't answer the door. Well, since when do you stick your big old head out?
He sticks it out for me.
Well, thanks for letting me use your address for Amazon. You're getting this water back going, so that'll be amazing.
Water and hats and all of the other things.
Yeah, all the stuff. And here goes start number 4. Sounded good. The light is still on, guys. So let me show you what I got going on in here. This is our old pump right here. And the problem with this one is this crack right here is where it's leaking. So essentially this screw hole on this big screw is kind of stripped out in the blue area. And so that's making it where this thing can't get tight and then it doesn't seal right there. So right in between the blue and the black is kind of where it's leaking. So I'm gonna put a little JB weld in this screw hole and see if maybe, just maybe, that will make that be able to tighten down enough and have a good seal. You can replace this whole blue front piece. I'm just having troubles finding that part. That's kind of what's going on with this one. Over here, this is our brand new one, so it should be working really good. And then this pump here, the electrical on here, if you vibrate it, sometimes it'll work and sometimes it won't. You can replace this whole black piece, or there's a switch inside there you can replace. So I thought I bought that black piece there, but it's not. It turns out I bought this one. They're just shaped differently. So technically now I have a spare electric part for the front of this one. And on this one here, I'm gonna look for it, but there's also a little, just a switch inside there. I'm gonna try to get this switch there, and then I'll have a spare here. This will be our main one, and then this guy, if the JB weld works, that will be an additional spare. So it might sound crazy to have so many spares, but here we are with 2 spares, and neither of them were working, and I had to order a pump. So with any luck, I'll get these guys rocking and rolling, and we'll be pumping water like you wouldn't believe. All right, hit the pump. Wow, that thing's quiet. Look at that. That's dirty from not having water. What is that?
That'll be ground beef.
Ground beef. You don't realize what you need and what you have and what you got till you don't have it. So I will be sure to keep an eye on all these fittings, make sure nothing's leaking. You'll see the little pool noodles here and there. That's because this stuff vibrates, and I will calm down all the vibrations, all the noise and stuff like that with those, and I think that's been a pretty big help. You'll see right here this flexi line, that's all new. I just installed that recently. I had to buy a PEX kit, so you see the blue connection there to the brass, and then the flexi line. That's all new, so I'm enjoying that. Everything looks very good right now. See my hot water heater. This is wet because I put a wet rag up there, but again, you'll see some of the pool noodles. It's the furnace down there. This is all underneath the couch. So I'm going to use this video as a reference to help me remember the loose wire. You do feed it back through, so it's underneath like that. The loose wire here is going to be on what I'm calling the bottom, and the top wire is going to be running through there. So if you guys haven't seen how this works, basically when you send power, you're going to push open or close this little button here, and then that's going to open or close this guy. So that's rubber, kind of hard rubber plastic. And then under here, that'll kind of open and close and let the water actually come through. But I'm going to take this piece apart a little more. I've had these apart. Then I'll show you the electronic piece I'm going to try to buy to replace. So this came off the top here, and now this is going to come out, and that is the problem with that whole entire yellow pump right there. It's just this little guy here. So I'm going to look up the numbers on the side of it, order this off of Amazon, and hopefully that'll work. All it is just a switch. It's supposed to send an electric signal to turn that on and off via the wires there, and then give us water. So really, that should be the problem with this yellow pump here. All right, I got the top off this blue one. It's gonna be harder to see, but this hole on my left is kind of what it's supposed to be like, and the right is a little too big. So the screw just can't really tighten down, can't get any meat in there. I think I'll pour a little bit of JB Weld in both sides and then drill a tiny hole so the screw can get started. Well, it's funny how something so small could stop our entire camper from having water. So I ended up trying it one more time off camera, and it did not turn off. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace this, because we are trying to go off to the beach tomorrow, and hopefully with all the driving and stuff, the engine will just reset its stuff. It's getting kind of dark here. You can see the sun is going down, so I don't know how much of it will get on camera, but I'm gonna go ahead and switch that out. Back there, please. So I got this one out. This is the old one. You can see it's kind of dirty, and just checking the numbers, making sure everything lines up. It's just plug and play, 2 bolts, nothing too crazy. Alrighty, that guy's back in, everything is tight, and now it's time to go ahead and get the cover back on the air filter. Well, I can't say I have any particular expectations, but let's give it a go. All right, engine light's on. I thought it started pretty good. Obviously it's still on. I'm gonna kick the AC off. We'll turn it off and try it one more time. If nothing changes, we'll just give it a go in the morning and then see how it's doing tomorrow. I don't know if these count as 2 of the cycles because I haven't drove, but that part's changed and we'll see how it goes in the morning. Well, it's been overnight. Let's see if this engine light goes off. Not yet. It's gonna take a cycle driving over to Venice Beach. We are trying to get our Alaska friends a little present and checking out a little beach shop there. I've always wanted to go there, pretty sweet spot, but we're gonna check out 2 of these thrift stores real quick and see if we can't find what we're looking for. So apparently this is how we spend beach day at a thrift store. It doesn't take us much to get distracted and spend way too much time at a thrift store. We've already found some DVDs that we have been looking for, and we don't have TV, we don't have Netflix or anything, so we watch TV series over and over and over. So we grab those whenever we can and we just rewatch them over and over. I've always wanted my own cornhole set, and here it is. It's just way too big to be thinking about putting on the rig right now. Whoa! Are you kidding me?
Dang!
I can't believe that!
That is a great one.
That's the best one of the day so far.
Yeah, here's one too.
So we got off the beach and here we are. I want to show you guys our teeth that we found. So we wanted to get out of the parking lot to give other people space, because basically there's a steady line of cars just pouring through there looking for a parking spot. So we found some good ones. It was very hot, very great day for the beach. All right, what do we got here?
This is a stingray barb. This is a stingray mouth plate. Another barb right here. This is a really cool one, actually. This is some kind of fossil. Like bone, I mean.
That's our biggest one.
Mm-hmm.
So you see how big we got them there.
Where did our glass go? That's a good one. Oh yeah, some cool glass. Tumbled in the ocean. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
That's that stingray barb. Stingray mouth plate. This is a horse tooth, I'm pretty sure.
So as you can tell, we had a pretty good day over there shark tooth sifting, and now it's off to dinner. I've started the truck 2 or 3 times now, so off camera. Now let's give it another go and see if the check engine light's off. Nope, it is still on, and we need to get fuel pretty soon. Let me show you what we're working with. We have some ribs, beef ribs, corn, we have scallops, we have crab, we have some fish, we have steak, chicken. We have a lot going on. And then you got your rice, beans, tortillas. We are eating like kings tonight. And queens. Octopus. It's hiding in there. Got a shrimp. Look at this guy. Huge. So there's dinner and Cabo Breeze in Venice Beach. If I had to give it a score, be somewhere between 5 and 6 overall. Some of the food was an 8 and some of it was like a 1. So a little too much seasoning on a couple things, but we had a really fun time. It is still on, guys. So we got back from Venice. Walter's out. He's so happy to see us. Guys, let me tell you, the check engine light is still on. So do me a favor, subscribe and come back for the next video and we'll see if we can't get that thing off. I'm gonna probably stop by AutoZone, see if they can close out the code for me or not, and then go from there. So we'll figure that out and more in the next video. We'll see you then.